Hey, how's it going everyone? Welcome back to Keep Fish Simple. So in today's video, I'm going to be doing the top 10 fish for a 10-gallon aquarium. Now this is going to be my top 10. This is going to be anyone else's top 10. I'm sure this is going to be different to a bunch of the other videos you probably watched on YouTube, and I'm going to try and make this as interesting as possible for you guys. I'm going to give you guys some different ideas and a bunch of cool things that you guys can try. I'm going to give you guys any disclaimers you need to know, and I'm going to make this as interesting as possible. So make sure you stay around to the end of the video to get all the information, and without any further ado, let's get started. Quick little side note here, these aren't in any particular order. These are just top 10. Like there's no list of which one's the best. These are just all my top 10. So that's just a little piece of information for you. So the first fish is the betta. So you guys probably already have a betta. I'm guessing maybe, I don't know. Bettas are a really good fish for a 10-gallon aquarium because they stay small. Now, if you guys are going to keep bettas, you don't want to keep males and females together in a 10-gallon aquarium. You want to keep one male, or you want to keep a group of females. You don't want to keep a group of males because they'll fight each other and you'll end up with dead bettas. So that's not good. But you can keep one male with nothing else. You can keep one male in a community aquarium and it'll be just okay. Or you can keep a group of females on the contrary. So it's completely up to you. They're a great fish for a 10-gallon aquarium, and they're definitely something I recommend. They've got a lot of personality and there's a bunch of different styles you can get. So the next fish is fancy guppies. So I wouldn't personally recommend fancy guppies for a few reasons. First of all, you can get endlers, so that's one reason. The other reason is guppies are super inbred. It's not natural that they have this much color, and there's a reason that they've got so much color. So they're inbred. You can keep them. Some people keep them better than others. They are very prone to some poor water conditions. They're considered like a hardy and healthy fish. I definitely wouldn't believe that. These guys are hardy, but you'll have a lot of issues long term, especially if you don't follow some of the rules that I've talked about in the past. So that's just my opinion. Like, this is just from my experience. So these guys can be quite sensitive and have issues. So be cautious to do your research. I definitely recommend going through my channel and watching some other videos on guppies where I talk about this. They're a great fish. They're really good for kids, and they breed every 22 days. So something to consider. And that brings me to my next fish. So my next fish is the dwarf gouramis. So I'm talking about stuff like the honey gouramis, the pearl gouramis, and all that kind of stuff. These guys are great. You can keep like 2 or 3 of these guys in an aquarium. They stay very small, under 4 inches, and they have lots of personality. So they look a bit like the angelfish. They look real sick. I haven't actually kept these guys before, but I'm really wanting to because of the way they look. I've heard they've got lots of good personality, and they take a wide range of different foods, which makes them really easy to take care of. Not too sensitive. You can't really easily breed them in a 10-gallon aquarium, and that's okay. They're a great fish though, and you can house them with other fish. They're a great community fish. They're very peaceful. So the next fish on this list is the neon tetra. So when I talk about neon tetras, I recommend getting like at least a group of 10 of these guys. You can also get cardinal tetras. They're pretty much the same thing. Yeah, roast me in the comments, whatever. These guys are a great fish to put into your aquarium because they've got that beautiful neon display. It's just unbelievable, especially when you get about 10 of these guys. If you put them in a really coolly aquascaped aquarium with some amazing lighting, it's going to be an absolute amazing display in your home. So if you guys are looking for something not to breed and just to look really sick in a corner of your house, neon tetras, cardinal tetras, you go for it. They're going to be awesome for you. So the next thing to do in this video is to smash the like button. It really helps out the video in getting in the algorithm. So go and do that. And the next fish is the CORYDORAS. So I'm talking about CORYDORAS just in general, but also pygmy CORYDORAS. These guys are really good for a 10-gallon aquarium. One of the easier fish to take care of. The pygmies can be a little bit more sensitive, but nonetheless, they're a really good fish for a 10-gallon aquarium. I'd recommend keeping a group of 3 of these guys. The normal CORYDORAS stay under 3 inches, and I think the pygmies stay under 2. So really good fish to add to the aquarium. They stay along the bottom of the aquarium. They sift through the sand and all that kind of stuff. You guys probably already know that. And it's definitely crucial, obviously, not to have coarse gravel in there. You want to have sand in the aquarium. They'll eat all the food that your fish don't eat. They'll eat flakes. They'll eat bloodworms that fall at the bottom. They'll eat all kinds of stuff. They're a great fish to put in your 10-gallon aquarium. So I'm about to slam you guys with an awesome fish here that you probably haven't even seen on any of these top 10 lists that you've been watching. I know you've been watching them, guys. I know you've been watching them. That's how you found this video, probably. And this is the dwarf neon rainbow fish. These guys are so cool. So cool. These guys stay small. You can keep a group of about 6 of these guys in a 10-gallon aquarium. I wouldn't recommend housing them with other stuff because there'll be just way too many fish in there. But if you keep a group of these 6 of these guys, they're gonna do great. I definitely recommend not keeping under this because they go a bit weird. They like to be in schools of about 6 or more. I wouldn't go under 5. You guys can just keep them in there. They're a little bit more sensitive than other fish on this list. I've got some care guides and like you can go and watch. They have this beautiful blue iridescent display. They like a wide range of different foods. Mine really love brine shrimp, and they also love bloodworms. You guys can try and breed them in the future if you guys want to try that out, but they nonetheless are so cool. I love the way they school. It's just so sick. So the next fish is the APISTOGRAMMA, and of course I'm going to talk about the cacatoides. I've got cacatoides. You guys can go check these all out. He's just chilling in the back here. here. He's got his girl there too. She's laid a couple eggs today. I'm hoping that they don't eat them. These are a great fish to add to a 10 gallon aquarium. Now I'd recommend putting a pair in there. You might get a bit of breeding action. Definitely heavily plant it because you don't want the male to have too much access to the female. You want her to be able to hide. They love lower pHs and a little bit of more black water style aquarium. They come from the Amazon, so that's why. They come in so many cool displays. It's like unbelievable. They're a little bit hard to find here in Brisbane where I live, but in other areas they're really common. They can be a little bit more pricey and they're definitely not a beginner fish, so that's just a quick disclaimer there. If you guys are a bit of an intermediate aquarium keeper, these are definitely a great fish for you to keep in your aquarium, especially a 10 gallon aquarium. Just get a pair of these guys, chuck a cave in, feed them a wide range of different foods, and they'll just thrive for you. So the next fish on the list is Danios. So there's a bunch of different types of Danios you can get. You can get celestial pearl Danios, you can get zebra Danios, leopard Danios. I wouldn't get the big Danios just because the giant Danios, no point, because it's for 10 gallons aquariums. These guys are great. They're a schooling fish as well. They're super darty, so if you want something that runs around the aquarium, these guys are like on something, you know, something. They just zoom around the aquarium all day, take a wide range of foods, super easy to take care of, like definitely one of the easiest fish to get if you're a beginner. Maybe not the CPDs, but definitely the leopard and zebra Danios. You can get long fins, you can get short fins, you can get all kinds of different kinds. These guys are used in a lot of research projects, so something cool I could tell you, I guess. Definitely something I'd recommend to keep in a 10 gallon aquarium, super cool. And of course, what would be a KFS video without the Endler guppy? So Endlers as well is the last fish to add to your 10 gallon aquarium. You can add a bunch of these guys. You can get black bar Endlers, you can get tiger Endlers, you can get blue star Endlers, you can get starburst Endlers. Anyways, these guys are super sick. They're a live bearer. I definitely recommend these over the fancy guppies just because they are a bit more wild and they are so much easier to take care of. They have way less health issues. You're gonna get the same amount of babies. But I think they're a little bit cuter, to be honest. They're a bit smaller. They just have a different kind of display. They pop a little bit more. They're a bit more iridescent and all that kind of stuff. They just have a little bit of personality too, so if you come up to the top of the aquarium, they're all gonna get there and they're gonna go, ooh, I want a bit of food. So definitely something to consider. They're a great 10 gallon aquarium fish. Definitely my favorite. That's like my pick. They need a crown on top of them because they're so cool. That pretty much wraps up the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys in the next video.